Gananjana Salakaya Chakshnutam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Didanti Sambadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapatakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakanarupanutam Vitam Tam Chajivam Sadvaitam Sadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sakana Lalita Shiva Shavitam Jahe Krishna Karana Sindhu Gopisha Gopikanta Tapta Kancha Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwabhanu Sudadevi Vanchakapatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namahum Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharine Nivashesha Sringavari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasani Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Well, thank you for coming tonight. The month of Kartik, everything is multiplied, whatever we do in the month of Kartik. So the scriptures, they tell us that there's different types of devotional service. So in the Nectar of Devotion, it's mentioned, they call them Angas, A-N-G-A, Angas, limbs, and 64 limbs. 64 limbs of devotional service are mentioned. So can you tell me some of them? There's 64, so I don't expect you to tell me all of them, but at least one or two. Go on. Sadhu Sangha, associate with devotees. Yes, of the 64, there's 5 which are prominent, and Sadhu Sangha is one of them, yes, to associate with Vaishnavas. So what does that mean? That means that I go to work, I'm a teacher, and then I end up associating with non-devotees. No, for social reasons, that's all right. But of your own choice, you'll choose not to associate with non-devotees. You want to associate with devotees. You know, there's an English saying, like attracts like. And there's another word, sajatiya. And sajatiya also means like-minded. So we like to associate more with devotees rather than non-devotees. And this association is very powerful. And I'll give you an example. That Ajumil, from the sixth canto, he started off religious, but then he got bad association. And it was from a lower class lady, a Vaishya, means prostitute. And he became influenced by her. Of course, the real thing was lust. But nevertheless, he directed this lust towards her. And it's interesting, he was walking and then he saw this Chandalini is a fragrant lower class woman who chases after the flesh of a dog. Chandalini. So he saw her and a Sudra, and they were in a compromised situation, like embracing something like that. And it's mentioned either in the translation or the purport, I think translation, that the Sudra and the lady, their limbs were covered or smeared with turmeric. So then I immediately thought of the Hindu marriages. Isn't it? We do that thing with turmeric. So you can see how it goes back to the Vedic times. Apparently it's supposed to be an aphrodisiac. I don't know if you know what that word means. It means one who excites lust. So then he associated, so then he lost all his good qualities. This is Ajahn. And then he's dying. Of course, I'm going over many details quickly. And as he's dying in what is referred to as a coma, again he gets sadhu sangha. And this time it's the Vishnu Duts. And in that brief time, when he hears them and sees them, although he's semi-conscious, he's actually unconscious. That's enough. And he starts again on the path of spiritual life. Although according to Prabhupada, he was 88 years old. So again he started and he gave up he renounced the family and he went to, where did he go to? Phoenix. No. Try again. Hardwar. And Hardwar still exists. It's in India. I think it's more at the bottom of the Himalayas, as it were. And there, very quietly, because he didn't want any name and fame, very quietly, like under the radar in the shadows, he chanted. And what did he chant? He was the devotee of Narayan. So it's not clear whether he chanted Hare Krishna or whether he chanted Namo Narayan Namaha. It's not actually mentioned, but and then then he went back to the Vaikuntha. So he just had that brief association. So this is how powerful sadhu sangha is. And in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a word lavamatra, Lava, and lava means 1/11th. 1/11th. I was thinking also why Prabhupada, at great inconvenience, traveled all over the world. Because we hear so many times that Vani is more important than vapu. So what is the word vani? Instructions. And vapu is personal. So Prabhupada's books were here. We imported them, we were selling them. Why did he have to come here? Because vapu is still very important. Why do we go to Vrindavan during Kartik and Sridham Maya? Is to associate with the dust of Vrindavan and the river Jamuna and Sevakunj, we. Otherwise, we could just stay here in Phoenix. So vapu, it shouldn't be minimized. But then again, Prabhupada gave the example. You may have a mosquito and is buzzing around the guru. So the mosquito is buzzing around Srila Prabhupada. So it's getting association, but it's not. It's like a mosquito, just sucking the blood. So it goes both ways. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said that when we hear Hari Katha, immediately we're blessed. Ourselves, our family members, even the non-devotees. Many generations. Prabhupada actually said 28 generations. Aunties, uncles. Very, very powerful. But when that instruction, Vani, comes through the mouth, then our good fortune comes quicker. So you hear Hari Katha, good fortune will come. But you hear it through the mouth, it comes quicker. So that's one of the angas. We briefly discussed Sadhu Sangha. So that's why Prabhupada came to South Africa. It was off it's way the bottom of Africa. It was also a little dangerous in those days, of course. It's also dangerous now. But he came. So he gave his association. There was only a few of us. So Sadhu Sangha. So that's one of the angas of bhakti. So please tell me another anga. Huh? Staying in the holy dham. So there are many holy dhams, like in South India, Tirupati, so many. But the most important three for us are what? Vrindavan, Navadvip, and Jagannath Puri. But Lord Chaitanya went to Udupi, Tirupati, and many others also. So staying in the holy dham, it's actually a state of consciousness. Because you can be living in the holy dham, but you can be a gunda. What's a gunda? Or a gundini? You get female gundas also. So what's a gunda? A what? A rascal. You mean like a Phoenix mafia? Yeah. So I know there are gundas, and they live in Vrindavan. And I know there are. And if you pay them, they'll kill someone for you. The first Gunda I ever met, won't say his name, and he was showing off, and he said, he explained how he killed a man who killed a cow. So the man killed a cow, so he took the man on a boat into the river Jamuna, shot him, and put his body in the river Jamuna. Hmm. Don't get any ideas now. So, you can be a cheat, a criminal, and you can actually live in Govardhan or Vrindavan. There was a man, he came from Phoenix, and he went all the way to India, and he went to our Vrindavan temple, and there were thousands of people in the temple. And he wasn't interested in God at all. A typical Phoenix person. And he was a thief. He was a pickpocketer. What's a pickpocket? They pick your pockets. So he saw this big crowd of people. And he thought, wow, I'll be able to pick the pockets. So he went in there and he's moving around and he's looking who's got a big wallet, you know. He's about to pickpocket. And then the deities open. And everyone goes, Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Radhe, Shyam. So he thought, now if I don't put my hands up, I'll get noticed. So he put his hands up also. So he's copying. So he made advancement, but his objective was wallets, not bhakti. So living in the holy dham, one has to go for the right reason. But even if you're a gunda, even if you're a mafia, you'll make advancement. So that's two now we've come up with. So what about another one? Would one of the ladies like to say something? Serving the spiritual master, Guru Padashraya. Ashraya means to take shelter. Take shelter of Guru. The word Guru is plural. We have our Diksha Guru, we have Siksha Guru, maybe we don't. And then we have Param Guru, and Tulsi Devi is like Guru, Brinda Devi, Vishakha Lalita. Lalita is like Guru to Radharani. She's instructing her, do this, do that, etc. So serving Guru or Guru Seva is the backbone of bhakti. But always remember, Guru is plural. There may be many personalities who assist and help you in your spiritual life, like Vatma Pradakshika Guru. So someone knocks on your door in Phoenix, and they give you a magazine, Back to Godhead. So they've introduced you, but then you may never see them again. But still, they're called Vatma Pradakshika Guru, and we should offer them respect. So all of you should think, who is it who first introduced me to Krishna consciousness? Maybe your mother, father. So you have to think. And it can be more than one person also. So I offer my prayers to these Vatma Pradakshika gurus who've helped me in my life many times, 5 or 6. So it's being respectful. And Prabhupada has said, Vatma Pradakshika Guru, Diksha Guru, and Siksha Guru. The word guru is equally applicable. That's right, word for word now. The word guru is equally applicable to Vatma Pradakshika Guru, Diksha Guru, and Siksha Guru. So yes, Guru Padashraya. So now we've come up with 3 so far. There's another 61. Huh? worshipping the deities. Mother Durga, Kali, and Bhadrakali, worshipping the Vishnu form, which means Nrsimhadev, Ramchandra, Dwarkadish, Jagannath, Subhadra, Balaram, worshipping the deity. So we should have in our house an altar. Everyone should have an altar. And there you have the presiding deities, who would be Jagannath and Radharanath. And then we have the Guru Parampara. You can have brass deities or marble deities, or it can just be picture. But this is important. And then you bow down, you offer your food, you offer arati. So, any more now? What other? Huh? What's that? Loud. Oh, kirtan. Yes. Chant the holy name. So that's yes. Harinam, Sadhusangam. Chant Krishna's holy name. Because Krishna is avatari, the source of all incarnations, chanting his name would include also the different avatars, Ramchandra, Nrsimhadev, etc. So Lord Chaitanya taught us this, and we follow this, chanting the holy name of the Lord. It's extremely powerful, extremely powerful. It's so powerful, I'll give you a statement which you'll find difficult to believe. You actually will scratch your head and think, but it's Canto 6, Chapter 3, Introduction to Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 6, Chapter 3, Introduction, where Prabhupada says, it is a fact that even a chronically sinful person, if they chant the name of God, although not completely without offenses, in other words, offensive chanting does not take another material birth. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 3, Introduction. Did you get it? Did you get it, Rupa? You want to read it word for word? So that's so people know I'm not making it up. It is a fact. It's maybe 2/3 or 3/4. Did you find it? Bhagavatam? Oh, you didn't look. Anyone else find it? 6th Canto, Chapter 3, but introduction, not text 1, introduction. And towards the end of the introduction, did you get it? It is a fact that a chronically sinful person who chants the holy name, although not without offenses, although not completely without offense, does not take another material birth. So all of you sitting here, you're not chronically sinful. Chronically means you've been doing it, well, they say for over 1 year, chronic illness, chronic cough, chronic COVID, chronic nagging, means more than 1 year usually. So you're not in that category, are you? You're not chronically sinful. And you're chanting the Lord's holy name, although possibly with offenses, still you will not take birth again. Did you find it yet? Can say it out aloud if you can.
It is a fact that even a chronically sinful person who chants the holy name of the Lord, although not completely without offenses, does not take another material birth.
How about that? So then you might think, all right, I've done that. I've chanted. Now I can hang my bead bag up and I can watch the World Rugby Cup. I can go off to Gateway, and it's the gateway of enjoyment. So we become complacent. So you can't become complacent. Therefore, we're always encouraging chant, and then this month of Kartik, and then go to India, Parikrama. But the fact is, even a chronically sinful person, so that all of you are excused because you're not chronically sinful. So you see how powerful is the holy name? Now, when you hear that, you can't understand it. That's like almost too powerful. So this is true. The Chaitanya Charitamrita has mentioned that to understand the glories of the holy name and this panchkarma, these 5 types, it's very difficult to reconcile, to understand with your intelligence, to weigh up, to assimilate. It's so powerful. And then we think, oh, he's exaggerating. That's what you would immediately think. I'm exaggerating. That's why she read from it. Now I'm not exaggerating. It's word for word. So you memorize that. And then you understand your next birth. There is no material birth. That means spiritual birth. Vastasiti means in the Lord's pastimes. But between now and then when you die, there may be some problems. Backache, lumbago, pressure, high pressure, low pressure, no pressure. Stomach problem, hair falling out of the head. Wife problem, husband problem. This has to go on, this has to be, because it's the material world. Rugby problem. So, but the point is, when we leave our body, as devotees, actually, no more material birth. It's amazing, but it's true. So please continue with your spiritual life and try to get others to chant. So, any more? I came up with a few. Any other angas? Oh, hearing sastra. So hearing sastra means to hear bhakti sastra. We're not interested in reading Kama Sutra. It teaches about sex. We're interested in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. And Prabhupada has mentioned 4 books repeatedly. What are those 4 books? Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nectar Devotion. Of course, there are others. We have Bhagavatam, Gita, etc. Jagannath Subhadra Balaram. So we read these Bhakti Sastras, Prabhupada's books, and when we're sufficiently read and we've understood, we can expand our reading to other books. But again, Bhakti books, Ramayana, Mahabharata. That's all right. All right, any other angas? Dance in front of the deity. How about that? You think you can dance in front of the deity? So Bhakteshwara Pandit, he danced 72 hours. We should dance. But then there's dancing in the heart, and then dancing in the body. Accepting flower garlands offered to the Lord. That's another one. And circumambulating. Circumambulating. So do we have an arrangement here where you can circumambulate? Outside. Outside, yeah. So you circumambulate. Usually the Vaishnava temples in Vrindavan, the Gaudiya Mat, ISKCON temples, you can go on the inside, you walk around. Circumambulate. It's part of the culture. Worship Tulsi Devi. Worship the cow. You're supposed to scratch the cow because cows like that. And you can also feed the cow. Even when you get close to a cow, you feel peaceful because the cow has that ability to be peaceful. But when you get close to a monkey, it's like, watch out, you're agitated. You don't know what the monkey is going to do. So you see different animals, they radiate like a different mood, and you can see the cow, special. So what else? There's many other angas. Huh? Vaishnav Seva, serve the Vaishnavas. Yes. This would be like serving Tulsi, serving cows, serving Vaishnavas. So we continue. Obstacles will be there. There's no doubt. Obstacles will be there. But if we pray to Krishna through chanting, then Krishna can give us the intelligence to overcome the obstacles, to navigate ourselves. This material energy is like an ocean. And in the ocean, there's many waves. And somehow, by good fortune, we're on this boat. And the boat is bhakti, or devotion to Krishna. So we're on the boat. And this boat cannot sink. It is not your Titanic. You cannot sink. It's a spiritual boat. The captain of the boat would be the spiritual masters, previous acharyas like Srila Narottam. On Thursday is his appearance. Is it appearance or disappearance? Yeah. And our previous acharyas. So they're like the captains, the first mate. And then the wind blowing through the sails. This is the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And the ship is going in the right direction. But sometimes the sea is very stormy. You get these big waves. And a big wave may come in. And you may get wet from that wave. But that's not the same as if you're in the ocean. Can you imagine you're in the ocean and you're an Indian? Doesn't look good, does it? No life jacket. So the person in the ocean, he or she is drowning. And the person on the boat, they're also wet because the wave has come, but they're on the boat. So as devotees, sometimes the waves of material nature, like depression, anxiety, over-attachment, they may influence us. But that doesn't mean we're the same as the non-devotees. The non-devotees, they're not following any religious principles. And they're also depressed, and they're also in anxiety. But they're non-devotees. They're not getting this mercy. So this boat will take us to the other side, which is Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. We have to be a little patient. You get on the boat, you're not immediately at the destination. A little patient, but stay on the boat. No mutiny. Right? Now and again you have a mutiny. So stay on that boat, be patient, and follow the instructions of the captain, the guru, and the guru's representatives, and just tolerate the difficulties. Like Draupadi tolerated, Prahlad tolerated, Srila Haridas Thakur tolerated. He was beaten in 22 marketplaces. Have you even been beaten in one marketplace? Tongat Marketplace on a Saturday morning, Phoenix. Did they string you up and beat you? No. But Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 marketplaces. So if Haridas Thakur and Prahlad and Draupadi can have these obstacles, seemingly obstacles put in front of them, what to speak of me or you? So it's naive to think that they won't be there, but we have to continue and tolerate. So thank you so much. You offered your lamp, which is like offering your heart to Jagannath, Subhadra, and Balaram. Jagannath Subhadra Balaram ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki jai. So, would you like to ask anything? Any, yes? You have to hold the mic right here. Yeah. Not working. Oh, yeah. You mentioned that you have energy with the boat, right? The boat. Gurus before us. Guru's captain. So, who is your Krishna? He is the captain. Well, in that example, the guru represents Krishna. He represents Krishna. So even practically, you have the captain, and I think the first mate, and then you have the second mate, and there's a whole sequence of who's in charge. So it's just an example. But the guru is the representative of Krishna. Or the bona fide, let me rephrase that, the bona fide guru is the representative of Lord Krishna. And oh, go on. Mm. Mhm.
You mentioned the fasting of the Catholic children.
Fasting.
The person that got shot in the Yamana.
Oh, that got shot.
Yeah, so the children have, and that's
Interesting how you remember that.
like he killed the cows because of something like that. So now, by some chance, he got shot and he killed in the Yamana. Is that generation or is that some mercy?
Well, I think to get shot or to die, COVID or being run over, or in a holy place like Vrindavan or Navadvip, you go back to the spiritual world, and then actually anything that dies, whether it's a mosquito or an ant or a human being, they'll take birth in the spiritual. Yes, they won't take a material birth. So even if you're a gunda, it's good to get shot. So at this point, I will ask, how many have you been shot? So we have one person here who's been shot and renamed 2 Bullet because he took 2 bullets, but within 3 months he was dancing in front of the deity. It's amazing how it works. Huh? So yes, but that doesn't mean we should go and shoot someone or down just because they trod on our toes or stole our wallet or something. No. Yes.
I just wanted to point out, your instructions, we had done a play at one time called Boatman, sort of reading that.
Oh, yeah, the boatman and the scholar. And we're talking about a ship, yes, a boat that crosses the ocean of material modes. Mm. Anything else you'd like to ask or say? So please continue. And Radha Damodar, pray. So short kirtan. Jagannath Subhadra Balaram ki jai, Radha Damodar ki jai, Radha Radhanath ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari ki jai. And to go to